Hey, François from Royal Fougar. Today I'm going to do a new experiment with all my Eurorack gear. All these cables. My Tascam recorder. I'm going to use the Nambu soft synth. And yeah, so today I want to play with Mimeophon and Clouds. And yeah, I guess that will be it. So I've got an incoming sequence coming through. Yeah, and let me adjust this. Okay, and yeah, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but the whole point of this new video is just to have fun and maybe discover some nice things. So my soft synth Nambu from my iPad is coming into the ears module. Then it goes inside the Mimeophon, and then I take the stereo output and it comes inside my clouds, and then from the clouds to my Pico module, just for the output. I'm using the phone's output because I have this nice volume which I can adjust, and it comes in handy, as you can hear. Okay. And of course, I've got all those cables, Eurorack cables, with all these beautiful colors. Anyway, let's see what we can do today. So, in my ears you can see I'm grabbing the envelope. So maybe we could do something with this. Let's see. What I will start with is adding some wet signal into the Mimeophon, pushing the volume up, add some reverb. Okay, play with the filter a little bit. Okay, now what mode will I use? Flanger. Okay, so my envelope. What I could do with my envelope maybe is to tweak a bit the filter. Okay. No filter. Filter. It's not very important signal, very strong. So maybe if I use on the rate, we'll hear it more. Yeah. Okay. Now maybe I will disable the reverb here and put some reverb on in the clouds. Okay. Okay. So now what I could do, yeah, I'm going to check this output here on my Okay. So this trigger output, maybe I'm going to use it as my trigger on my clouds. And maybe what I could do is even duplicate the signal to use the flip. Yeah. All right. Very special. Okay, less density for my grains. As you can hear, every time I use clouds and every time you will use clouds, the sound can become huge, absolutely huge. And that's why I think sometimes I will just invest and buy a compressor and limiter for the output, because it's always so huge. Okay, less grains and maybe tiny grains. Okay. Okay, maybe the drier signal. Okay. Now, what is funny is when we are using the hold from Mimeophon, and I've got my marbles, which is just there. I will just take the Y output and put this into my hold. Not the Y output, the T3. Yeah, T3. Okay, and the hold is interesting with a strong, longer delay. Okay, I will stop the flip. So I'm going to increase the delay. So basically here you've got the zones, which means that we are going to use a delay with longer lengths. And it also means that we can have access to a larger buffer, larger sound buffer. So it's very, very nice. And you can hear that now when we are triggering the hold, we have access to the buffer. Very interesting. Okay, so I'll get this this pulse output. What we could do is to play with the filter, maybe. Let's see. Okay. Let's change a bit my sequence in Nambu. So in clouds, as you can see, I'm using the pulse to trigger the clouds. Why I do this? Because it will slice my buffer, so I will get more grains in a very easy to understand way. But what's interesting is sometimes to just hold the signal to get access to the internal buffer. And so maybe I will do this with marbles. So here I will freeze clouds buffer using one of my marbles output, T1 for instance, and let's see. Here you can see. And it's very interesting because now we've got this vast amount of sounds which are shrunken down, or which are just stretched on the Mimeophon. That's why you hear this kind of weird voice behind. And here you've got these ratcheting, cloudy things. And that's how I make all my textures in my videos, in my patches, because those modules, Mimeophon and Clouds, they share something which is called the sound buffer. And when you get this sound buffer, it's so interesting to explore what's inside, what's shrunken down or what is just stretched. There are so many things we can create. And you see, it's not very difficult. I mean, you just need an input, this delay with buffer, and that's the main point. This delay has got a buffer inside, and this granular module has got a buffer inside as well. So we could let it run like this for hours, I mean, but let's play with it. So now what could be very interesting is to modulate the speed, the delay speed. So I'm going to take a long cable from my marbles and patch this repeat thing with my Y output. Let's see. What could be funny as well is maybe to change zones. Oh, you can hear it's already very weird. But let's make it weirder. So, my X2 output from my marbles, and now to my zones. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's maybe decrease. Let's see. You see my zones? Well, it's kind of speaking. I like this, you know. Maybe you've seen in my other videos, but I really enjoy the creation process to create some kind of sonic monsters, sonic creatures. Just like as if they were talking their own language. just be aware that this color is not just a filter, because it's also a way to scroll through the buffer. So that's very interesting to play with it. For instance, here I'm using the pulse, so it will just scroll very fast through the buffer. But now I could use one of my marbles outputs if I get the long cable. And here I'm going to use a ramp. So it's going to up and down. So now it's not just one single creature. I guess there's a whole tribe. Okay, now I'm going to hold forever. So it's inside the buffer. Okay, I'm going to freeze my buffer and my clouds. So now I'm offline. It means that I'm just using the sound from the internal buffers. So on the clouds, what's interesting is to modulate the position to get access to different slices, like this. So I'm modulating the position, and you can hear it's scanning through the buffer. And what's interesting also is to play on the density, because here you see it's just like the sound is sliced, but I can increase the size, the density of my grains, and you get a whole sound. And you hear it's the power of clouds. You don't know what's inside, but there's a whole universe of, I don't know, sonic ghosts. And I could even stop the input and just go totally inside clouds universe. And maybe pitch. Let's see. I'm going to pitch my sound. Ready? Go. add some variations to the size. It's going to go up. Size is going to go up and down. The pitch input comes from marbles, which allows me to have a stepped scale to modulate the volt per octave input. What I could do is modulate the density a bit. Let's see. And now it's going to evolve drastically. So here in the density, it's just as if I was playing with this knob, and there is something which is important, is that if you put the density on 12 o'clock, you won't get any sound. You have to rotate it on the left or the right. So basically, that's what is Marbles is doing here. And that's why sometimes you don't get any sound at all. Okay, so it's a bit quiet, a bit calm. What we could do now is to increase Marble's speed. Let's see. Yeah, I'm going to show you the Marbles module. It's just there on the left. Yeah, here, this one, with all its output that comes inside my Clouds module. And now maybe we can modulate the texture as well to get the whole gang. And start from a bigger size. Increase the speed. And on Marbles, increase the modulation voltage for the scales. I mean the X outputs. Okay, so it's playing on its own. And now I'm going to stop this. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.